everyone, and welcome to All Warriors. It is time for news you can use. Uh, the first one comes from Newsweek, and it was written by Chloe Mayer. So thank you, Chloe. The first article we're looking at is thieves stole 50,000 worth of basketball wheelchairs, sold them for scraps. Holy cow. Thieves stole a disabled basketball team's special adaptive wheelchairs and smashed them up to sell as scrap metal, according to the local police. I don't know what to say about that, other than what have we come to? The 15 wheelchairs were used by the Syracuse Flyers in New York, and with each chair costing thousands of dollars, it means that the team has lost almost 50,000 worth of equipment, Syracuse.com reported on Monday. An investigation into the crime led to the discovery of far more serious one, when detectives working on tracking down the thieves allegedly stumbled across an underground ghost gun manufacturer in the area. So, folks, I don't know. If you want to help this team, Syracuse Flyers in New York, feel free to get to their website and see if there's a place where they can, where you can donate so they can get back on their feet and continue in the healthy competition. I don't know. This is a good one. This comes from the Oregonian. The Oregonian, as in Oregon. So, what a title. Now I can't get to the article. This is interesting. Disabled your ad blocker, did that. Oh, geez. Let me go to the next article because I am blocked on this one. Okay. Oh, man. All right, this comes from the CBS News in Boston, and it was written by Chris Tanaka. And this one, the title is, "It's Humiliating. Advocate for Disabled Furious After Wheelchair Destroyed on JetBlue Flight." Now, we've heard this topic before. This one is from back in April 2023. So there's a little video that comes with it. But on this one, Colleen Flanagan, an engagement and outreach specialist in Boston Mayor Michelle Wu's commission for persons with disabilities, was ready. On April 17th, she flew down to Washington, D.C. on JetBlue to meet with Senator Bob Casey of Pennsylvania. She was there to advocate for better home and community-based services for the disabled. How ironic. The trip turned into something different altogether. Traveling with a disability is never easy, especially if you have to bring a wheelchair, she said, foreshadowing the events that were about to unfold. After landing at Reagan National Airport, the Jamaica plane resident was wheeled in an aisle chair, a chair used to transport people with disabilities onto and from airplanes to the jetway. Flanagan recorded the moment her power wheelchair was presented to her. She can be heard on the video sobbing, "I just can't believe this happened." The joystick was completely smashed. The side was all the way dented in, she explained later to WBZ TV. Somehow the chair was so damaged in transit that it wouldn't even turn on. Even worse, she had to wait in the terminal for 3 hours just to get a loaner. So I will leave the rest for you to read, and I will explain why I do that. But yes, we know these tragedies happen often. So WBZ reached out to JetBlue asking specifically when Flanagan can get her chair back, if the company will pay 100% of the cost of repair and return, and what its protocol is on securing mobility devices. The airline has not yet to respond. So hopefully, I'm hoping that Flanagan got her wheelchair back. I will post this link as I always do, and we shall see what happens with this one. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got unblocked on the other one. This one is kind of exciting. You know, I don't get much into sports, but this is from the Oregonian. And this is an article that was written by, and I'm not sure. Doesn't say. Anyway, 400 athletes arrived in Portland for the National Veterans Wheelchair Games. I didn't even know such thing existed. Oh, this was written by Samantha Swindler. All right. For the first time in the event's 42-year history, the National Veterans Wheelchair Games has arrived in Portland. The week, some 400 veterans from across the U.S. are in town to compete in a dozen adaptive sports, ranging from soccer and softball to trout fishing and power lifting. Wow. Most events are taking place in the Oregon Convention Center, but competitions are also being held in the Portland International Raceway, OMSI, Kingpins Bowling Alley in Beaverton, and the Mount Hood Community College Aquatic Center in Gresham. So if you would like to participate or be a spectator of these competitions, please fly to Oregon now. And so I'm wishing everybody well in the competitions. This is great to see that nothing really stops us. You know, there's no reason for us to cower and to sit around and mope. So I'm wishing all these veterans a very happy competition. All right, last article. All right, and this one has been popping up often, so I think it's time to bring it out. There's a lot of beaches around the world that are making beaches more affordable, so more accessible, more affordable, and this article explained why it's been affordable. You know, Myrtle Beach, they had removed the accessibility to their beaches, and I'm not sure how that happened, but there's an article on that. But here we have a bounce back, and this comes from the WMBF News, and it was written by Michaela Evans. So thank you, Michaela. Myrtle Beach partners with non-for-profit to bring back free beach wheelchair services. So this is awesome. Myrtle Beach partners with the non-for-profit to bring back free beach wheelchair service. The city of Myrtle Beach is partnering with a Grand Strand non-for-profit in hopes of bringing back its free beach wheelchair service. City spokesperson Mark Cruy said they stopped providing the specially designed wheelchairs during the pandemic because the service was hard to run with the health guidelines. He said once the pandemic was over, they simply did not have enough people or resources to continue the service the way it was before. Cruy said the process was very labor intensive. If someone needed a chair, they would call the police department and they would deliver the chair along the 10 miles of beach wherever it was needed. The North Myrtle Beach-based non-for-profit adaptive surf project, which often used beach wheelchairs to take those with disabilities surfing, is stepping in to help. Now the non-for-profit is working with the city to buy 5 brand new beach wheelchairs and comes up with a new plan to store them. Luke Sharpe, director of Adaptive Surf Project, said right now the plan is for the non-for-profit to provide beach wheelchairs. Then the city would pay for 5 locked boxes to store them. And anyone who needs a beach wheelchair could call for a code to unlock it. Sharpe said bringing back the chairs is an important step for both locals and tourists. So congratulations, Myrtle Beach, and welcome back to the beach wheelchairs. They look pretty cool here. There's also a clip and video you can watch. So I will post this article so you can look at the whole story on how all that developed. So I just want to say that, you might be asking, okay, Lisa, why do you go through all those details of what newspaper it came from and who wrote it? And that's very important because you want to recognize the author. You don't want me reading stuff that I'm pretending that I wrote it or that I did all the work and the research. No, you want to acknowledge the author. You want to acknowledge what newspaper it came from in case I forget to put a link. You don't want to fall into plagiarism, and that's really important. On YouTube, if that starts to happen, then the information that we share is worth zip, absolutely zip. So any news or any information that I provide to you, I want you to know that somebody wrote it, somebody did the hard work of the investigation, somebody went to all these people and interviewed them and filmed them, and I did not do that work. So I want to thank those authors who bring us this information about wheelchairs and organizations that help us to or raise up, the need for wheelchairs. And I don't care where it's from. I don't care if it's at a pool. I don't care if it's at Myrtle Beach. Those things, to see people come together and provide this service is important. And I want to encourage it to happen everywhere. But specifically, I just wanted to call your attention to why I make sure that I call out the newspaper or the news of where it came from and the author so that I did not do that work. Someone did the hard work and brought this information to us. And you don't want to fall into, plagiarism or lying or bringing information that's not true. So that's really, really important to me. Because on YouTube, we have a lot of copycatters going on and stuff like that. So I'm not supposed to get upset about those things, but I just want you to know that the information I bring to you was the work of someone else, and we need to honor them and thank them because it keeps us informed. Alrighty, everyone, I want to thank you so much for bringing news you can use and coming here and reading up on the stories that are important to us. Also, what else was I going to say? There was something important I was going to say. Happy Disability Pride Month. And follow the news all the way to the end because I have clips and things like that designed around Disability Pride Month. So I hope you all are well, and I hope to see you in the next one.